The next thing we want to do is we want to add an about dialog. A lot of applications have got an about dialog to show you information like who created the game, who developed it, and so on. We can do the same thing here. Now the first thing we need to do is actually create the window that my about dialog is going to use. So I'm going to go into my File menu and create a new window overall. This is listed under New Item. I could from here create a new window, user control, page, or resource dictionary, but a window is what I want, and I'm going to rename this About Dialog. Now I've got my new window. You can see that it's open in my files, and it's being displayed here on the artboard. I want to set a few properties on it. I don't really want a standard window here. I want more of a windowless experience. So I'm going to go into the properties, and I'm going to switch the Allows Transparency box on. You'll notice as soon as I do that, the title bar disappeared, and now I just have a large white rectangle. Let's set this to a size more like something I want. Now that I've got my window, but without a title bar, there's no close button, so the user won't be able to close this window. Before I go any further, let's go ahead and create a button for them to be able to close my About dialog. We'll name this Close About. And now let's add an event handler to actually close the About dialog. We're going to name this Close About dialog. And then I'm just going to close the About dialog. Now this is the same line of code that we used before to close our entire application, but since the About dialog isn't the primary window of the application, I can close it and the application will stay up. So let me save this, let me switch back to my application, and press F5 to run it. Now my window comes up, but my About dialog isn't coming up yet. The reason is because I haven't actually put anything in my main window to bring the About dialog up. Let's go ahead and do that next. I'm going to close my window. I'm going to switch back to window 1. My Help menu item is already selected, and I'm going to create a new click handler on the Help to open the About dialog. Now here, what I need to do is I need to create an instance of the About dialog so I can cause it to show. I can't just say About dialog.show because the About dialog object is just the definition. It isn't an actual instance of the dialog. So what I'm going to type here is About dialog, my About dialog equals new About dialog. So what this is doing is it's creating an instance of the About dialog object, and now I can work with it and make it do whatever I want. So I'm just going to type my About dialog.show. Let's switch back to Blend, press F5, and now when I click on Help, my About dialog is displayed for me. Now like we said, there's no title bar or anything here, but I can click on the Close button and make it disappear, bringing focus back to my main application.